Hi, it's Warren Dent with Zen Pro Audio. Welcome to Zen-TV Weekly. It is the week of March the 14th. Sorry I missed you last week. Our entire family came down with the flu essentially at the same time, and I was just doing what I had to do to get by. I'm still kind of getting over it now, so anyway. Man, I've got so many new lines to talk about that are coming into the site just in this past week or so. It really is kind of incredible. Wunder Audio out of Austin, Texas. I don't know how many of you know or have spoken to Mike Castoro before. This guy is insane in such a good way. He's a guy that's able to look at a U47 and say, I don't want to clone it, I want to recreate it all the way down to the screws, and to continuously work in that direction until he gets there. Man on a mission type stuff, for sure. The CM7 line, standard, and the GT lines with K47 and M7 capsules all been added to the site now, as well as the PEQ2R, which is Mike's 3-band EQ and mic preamp. It appears to be sort of a Neve clone, but it really isn't. It uses some equalizer points that you would find in like a 1084 as well, but it really is closer to what Mike found in an old Led Zeppelin console that he ended up owning at some point, and he just loved the sound of. So it's a little bit more of that type of recreation than it is a Neve sort of thing. So I'm very interested in checking that out. Pelonis Sound. Chris Pelonis has been building custom monitoring systems for rooms all over the place for many, many years now. And he's been working on his own Tannoy dual concentric driver bass system. It's called the Model 42. And what you have is you have two near-field speakers, which is a 4-inch dual concentric Tannoy, as well as his own amplifier, which is external. And he provides you with the cabling that you need as well. So it is a complete active package, but the amplifier could, be laid on the floor, or you could rack it up if you need to as well, which is great to get the electronics outside of these vibrating speaker cabinets. Another interesting thing is that if you want to, you can activate DSP on these speakers by USB. So on a Mac or a PC, you're able to dive in and do corrective EQing and things in your room. I've got demo units showing up of the Model 42 this week, so I should have more info next week. In fact, next week you'll probably see him sitting up here behind me as I'm talking about him. Tonelux has been recently added here, but we've just gotten in the Tonelux EQ, which is going into the Clipalator this week. Very soon the TXC and the mic pre-modules for 500 will be shipping. But Zen Pro Audio, I want to let you know, is we're actually going to be fully on board with Tonelux, promoting the console as well as the VRAC series. So we're able to configure anything that you want out of that system. And we're in the middle of working out everything with Tonelux right now and the guys at PMI. Very excited about the Tonelux line. If you look at the possibilities that you can configure out of a VRAC, man, if you've got the budget, you can do it. And it's really not that crazy if you really take a close look at the pricing there. Thermionic Culture. It's an all-tube hardware-based company out of the UK. That is now available here at Zen Pro as well. These guys build mic pre's, equalizers, compressors. They've got their own sort of thing going on, as long as it's all tube. And they've also got things like the Culture Vulture, which adds even an odd harmonic distortion to a source while mixing and things like that. Very, very cool line. Being distributed from our friends at Wave. It's now available here. So right now we're actually, now that I'm getting back on my feet after the flu, figuring out what to bring in and to start featuring in the Clipalator for you guys also. In Clipalator news, this week I plan on taking the Safe Sound Stereo Toolbox for 500 series and actually making a stereo video for you guys to check out the width controls to not only show you what this compressor can do, but just how easy it is to treat center and side channels differently. How super fast it is to dial in left-right mode, MS modes as well. It is one of those compressors that I think it looks complicated, but it's really not. If you look at the controls on it, there's just a few great adjustments that you have as far as widening things out. I can tell you already that your stereo bus compressor won't do what the Stereo Toolbox for 500 series will do, but I admit I have to show it to you. So that is coming this week, as well as, of course, the EQ from Tonelux, which is sitting there geared up, ready to go. In fact, the testing on that one's done. I just have to process the video and get that uploaded, and I think you guys are going to really like it. That is all the hot stuff that I can think of this week at Zen Pro Audio. As always, you can click on Contact Us, and I'll personally respond and get you taken care of. And keep in mind, we work very hard around here to bring you gear now and Zen.